Hey, this is Mike with Christian Meds. This week I just want to talk about getting the vaccine for COVID, and so let's just get started. So these are just some of my thoughts when it comes to the vaccine. I just kind of wanted to communicate this just in a loving, caring manner, just to know that, I realize it's very much a personal choice, and that some people are going to be very judgmental whether people get it or don't get it. For myself, it was pretty much a no-brainer. I've talked about this before on this channel, but the big thing for me is that my wife is compromised immune. So her immune system basically has been compromised, and she is on medicine, for fibromyalgia pain and for all sorts of things like that. So I was always very worried about bringing COVID home and into this house. And when I work in a company with over 800 people, my exposure is quite large. One of the benefits for working for such a large company is that they actually brought the vaccine into my work establishment. We didn't have to go off-site to get vaccinated. So that's a blessing, in my life. So basically I did get the Pfizer vaccine. The very first time, the first shot I got, the guy shot very high in my shoulder, which seemed to be higher than it should have been. And I had an adverse reaction where my arm swelled and my arm hurt from my shoulder all the way down to my wrist. And where my watch band is, it actually got so tight that I ended up having to loosen my watch band by one spot on the band. So basically, so my arm really hurt for 3 days on the first shot, but that was the only symptom I pretty much had. When I got the second shot, which I got it on the 30th of March, that was quite different. I had been doing basically a carnivore diet for 30 days of March, just trying to see how it would work with my body. I'll make a different video on that at some point. But basically, the 30th I felt fine, the 31st I felt fine, even the 1st I felt fine. Then basically around the 2nd I ended up with a metal taste in my mouth, and I was wondering if it was because I had changed my diet, because I stopped doing carnivore basically, or was it because of the shot. And at this point I'm pretty much sure that it was the second vaccine shot that caused the metal taste in my mouth, because that is one of the side effects. But also I just felt crummy all week. Not bad enough that I missed work, not bad enough that I didn't do my workouts or anything like that. But basically I felt like I was kind of in a fog all week and just couldn't think as clearly as I normally could. And I just felt just crummy from head to toe. By Thursday of last week I ended up basically falling asleep at like 6 o'clock in the evening for an hour, just because I was just exhausted. But I feel like I've turned the corner now the last couple days, and I had some sniffles and things like that, and they're going away. But my throat's still a little sore, and I still feel raspy in my voice. But for the most part, if that's a tamed down version of what COVID is, it was worth it, just to have the peace of mind and to know that I'm protecting my wife more than protecting myself. Although I'm in my 50s, and that still puts me close to a higher risk category. I'm in relatively good shape. I'm within 15 pounds of not being overweight, and I was 193 and I'm trying to get down to 180. We're really 178 BMI would be 25 for me. With my height, and some people believe in that, some people don't. For me, it's not about my weight as much as it's about how I feel, and so I've been doing kettlebells and all that, trying to get stronger, and I am getting stronger. I went through the first cycle of my kettlebell stuff and finished up the first 13 weeks, starting at the beginning of the year, and I was 3 times stronger by the end than I was at the beginning. Now I cut that amount of weight in half, and then I'm going to do another 13 weeks here, and then it should go up again another 50%. So all that is really positive, and I'm feeling good about all that. There is some frustration in me, when it comes to talking to Christians about whether they should get the vaccine or not. I would highly encourage anybody to get it. It's, in my opinion, it's a loving act to not want to spread this disease. There are parts of the world that are still going up. There's parts of the United States that are still going up, where cases are going up. Now they're not as bad as they were 2 months ago, but they're still pretty high in relation to the rest of the world. And sometimes it feels like we just don't take it serious enough. We have pretty much almost gotten to the point where anybody who wants the vaccine can get it. And I know that there's lots of church organizations and things that'll help you get a reservation to get your shot and all that. If you're having trouble doing that, reach out to your local church. Your local church will help you, I'm sure of that. If you don't have internet access, they almost always do, and they certainly are looking to help people. So there's really no excuse unless you choose not to. And I know that there's all kinds of conspiracy theories and things like that. People are like, well, it got made so quickly. Should that be a concern? Did they, properly test it and all that? Well, one of the things that I believe is that, the government paid for a lot of the testing. That's how we got it to market so quickly. And even though I had some side effects and all that, I still have a peace of mind that I wouldn't have otherwise. Just knowing that I'm now, protected 95%, and so is my wife. She got both of her shots at the same time. But for her, she completely lost her voice, and the side effects were even harder on her, and she's even sleeping right now, still trying to recover. So I just kind of wanted to, tell you my experience and tell you and encourage people to get it, because I really think that, this is going to be around for a while, and if you don't take it seriously, a lot more people are going to die. A lot of people already have died. A lot of people have already been affected. But it really is worth getting, and even with the side effects, I still feel so glad that I had the opportunity, and I highly encourage anybody to get the vaccine. So have a pleasant week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.